Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to Think EdTech Thursday. Our guest presenter today is Aaron Whitelaw. He is a campus instructional technologist at PSJA. Aaron Whitelaw is a campus instructional technologist at Southwest Early College High School. Today's session, you'll learn how to use Notebook LM to instantly step up, a level up from your existing lesson plans. No AI expertise is required. Just bring your willingness to learn and implement, and you'll leave with custom ideas for your day-to-day instruction. Few housekeeping items. Please remember to mute your mic, keep it muted. Register through the professional development system. 390-608 is our PD session today. Drop your questions in the chat and I'll be monitoring the chat. If you need a remote check-in, it would be PSJA Tech. Objectives today: explore Google's Notebook LM. Go ahead and enhance instruction with it. Streamline lesson planning using Notebook LM. Innovative website built to support educators. Implement ready-to-use digital quizzes. Organize resources. Generate ideas and research. What is Notebook LM? Notebook LM is Google's AI-powered assistant. Teachers upload their specific course materials like readings, PDFs, or Google Docs. Then AI becomes an expert only in those sources, helping you to summarize content, generate lesson ideas, create study guides, and answer questions based solely on your provided documents, plus many other features. Some key features: source-grounded responses. This is the core feature. You upload your own documents like PDFs, Google Docs, or web links, and the AI bases its answers, summaries, and creations only on the information in those sources, providing citations back to the original text. Automatic content generation is another feature. Notebook LM can instantly create new formats from your materials. This includes generating summaries, frequently asked questions, timelines, briefing docs, and complete study guides. Two other key features are audio overviews. This feature turns your source documents into an audio conversation, essentially creating a mini podcast. You can listen to different AI-generated perspectives like debate or critique based on your files. Interactive study tools: the AI can automatically create study aids like flashcards and quizzes directly from your uploads, notes, readings, or lecture slides to help you test your knowledge and retention. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Whitelaw for his presentation.
All right, I'm very glad that you all are able to make it. I know you all are very busy, as we all are. I wanted to just take some time to just show you a resource, a tool that we have that is actually currently free through our district credentials. Okay, once again, it's called Notebook LM. It's a digital notebook. There's nothing better than having another resource to study, specifically for the students. I know a lot of students also, so it's a digital notebook to help. Even if you're a teacher, if you're trying to get your doctorate or if you're getting your master's program, you can also it'll help you learn to study as well. So let's dive into it. So I'm going to go to the waffle, and you can also go under the My Applications portal. So I'm going to click on the waffle, and you can actually find it specifically in Google Classroom because now it is embedded in Google Classroom, as for is Google Gemini. So if you go and select Google Gemini, here you have all of the Google AI tools for educators. So for example, outlining a lesson plan, generating a quiz, releveling the text, creating a rubric, brainstorm, ideas, and so forth. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and we also have these three options that a lot of teachers don't see. Here is where we can access and create a digital notebook. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and select create a notebook, and it's going to direct me specifically to Notebook LM. Now, as you can see here, I have several different notebooks, so I use it a lot. Okay, I use it for my trainings, and it's really, the interface is really pretty. It's cute, it's fun, looks interesting. I'm going to go ahead and create a new notebook. So we're going to create a new notebook, and it's going to tell you to add your sources. Now, this is the key. If I'm a student and my teacher has given me PowerPoint presentation slides, any resource based on the lessons that the teacher has provided, as a student, and when it's time to study, what I can do is I can upload those resources. For example, I'm going to go ahead and choose a file, and I have a file under my downloads folder. And it is based on the STAR progressive era. So let me just go ahead and open it up so you all can see what these slides look like. So it has the bell ringer, the progressive era, Grange movement, problems. So it has all of the information that I learned inside of the classroom. So when it's time to study, all I need to do is just simply upload this into Notebook LM. So as you can see on the left-hand side, you have 3 different slots. On the left-hand side, it's generated and selected all this using all the sources, and it just generated what's called a chat. So it's giving me the general idea of the progressive era. So basic and very important parts of the slide that I had uploaded. It also gives me ideas that I can type. So certain questions that I can type. So how did the progressive era reformers address economic and social problems created by the Gilded Age? So if I wanted to study that and learn that, I can go ahead and click here. And based on the resources that I provided, which is on the left-hand side, it's going to give me those specific answers. And so I can study this. And I can always continue to ask questions. I can always continue to interact with the chat. Not only that, now you have, if you look at the Notebook Studio, you have what's called audio overview. You have a video overview, so it will generate an actual video based on the resources that I provided. You have a specific mind map. You have reports, flashcards, digital flashcards, which is awesome. I see teachers that have physical flashcards, and we actually now in 2025 have digital flashcards. And then you can quiz yourself. But let's dive into the mind map. I'm going to go ahead and select mind map, and it's going to generate a mind map, again, based on the STAR resources of the progressive era. Takes a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead, and when it's done, it's going to say source 1 minute ago, and here it is going to open up the mind map. So let's take a look at it. So think about how students can study this. Okay, progressive era, it's in 1890 between 1921. Okay, so here are basic important ideas based on the progressive era. Issues addressed, Gilded Age problems. Okay, what do you mean by Gilded Age problems? So we click on the arrow, and it goes even further into the Gilded Age problems. So that means there was low wages, poor working conditions, child labor, corruption in politics. So I'm going to go ahead and click on corruption in politics, and the sources, remember the sources here, will basically identify corruption in politics as a major issue created by the Gilded Age that was subsequently addressed by the progressive era. So again, this is a powerful tool to help students study and get more ideas and information based on the sources that were provided by the teacher. Okay. So let's go into another tool. We're going to go back to Studio. And we're going to go to quiz. So let's say I wanted to quiz myself. So I'm going to go ahead and select quiz. It's going to generate a quiz, again, based on the resources that I have provided. And again, like I said, it takes a little bit of time. While we're generating a quiz, I'm going to go ahead and generate an audio overview as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and select. But once again, students have different, this is good because students have different ways of learning. When I was in high school, I mean, I used to learn off of video tutorials and videos. That's how I used to study as well. Now they have podcasts. I know everyone listens to a specific podcast. So why not study the content based off of podcasts as well? And while it's generating, you can also, I'm going to add, you can also share the notebook. So this is what we're trying to get our district to enable, because right now I do not believe it is enabled by the district. The district, our technicians, I believe, need to enable that feature. I can share with specific people and groups. It's also, I can copy that link and send it to Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams Classroom or Canva Classroom. And that way students will get this notebook as well. Looks like we're done with the quiz. We're going to go ahead and click on Reform Quiz. And here it generated 10 questions for me. What is the primary objective of muckcrackers like the Ida Tarbell and Upton Sinclair during the Progressive Era? I don't know that answer. I need more options. I need to study more, but I'm going to go ahead and click on hint. Think about what a person digging through muck or dirt. I'm sorry. Let me just go on. Think about here the hint. Think about what a person digging through muck and dirt is trying to find and bring up light. So to create entertaining fictional works based on historical events, to expose corruption, to advocate interests for political and change. I'm just going to go ahead and select political. So it tells me not quite. While their work inspired political change, the primary role of these individuals was journalism and exposure, not seeking elected office themselves. The correct answer is B, to expose corruption, unsafe conditions, and social injustice to public. Right answer. This is the right answer. So that's a quiz. You can generate a quiz based on the resources. Now we can go to, let's go ahead and select flashcards. So we want to take a look at how the flashcards will look as well. Okay. We can also add a note. So if we want it, we can add notes, include more notes to our notebook studio as well. Okay. And the reason why it's taking a little bit a while for the audio overview is because there was a lot of content that I was uploading in notebook in my resources option here. While it's doing that as well, we can go ahead and select, if we wanted to add more, if we can discover through the web interesting facts of the Progressive Era as well. So if we type Progressive Era, we click Submit, it will find resources from the web based on the Progressive Era. So here's a Wikipedia resource. Here's a high school Progressive Era content module. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I had a student that needed a laptop. And then we had, and these are the resources as well. So let me go ahead and close. If I wanted to import those, I can simply import those as well. It looks like our history flashcards are done. So I'm going to go ahead and click on flashcards, history flashcards. And this is how it looks. What was the Progressive Era? So see, so I'm gonna answer what the Progressive Era is. And then I'm gonna see the answer. And at a time between 1819 and 1920, when citizens and politicians attempted to make it. So, okay, I can select explain, like, wait a minute, I got it wrong. Let me explain. Go ahead and explain that, the reason. If I'm ready, I can go to the next flashcard. So name 3 major issues created by Gilded Age. So I answer it. Let's see if I got it right. See answer, boom. So this is a digital flashcard. There's 50 flashcards. These flashcards are going to be based, that will probably be on the actual exam. Okay. The good thing is you're not going to lose any of your work. Notebook LM automatically saves the content, all of your notes in Google Classroom and also in your PSJA ISD account. Okay. Now it looks like we're done with the Progressive Era podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and select play so we can listen to it. All right. Before I do that, I want to make sure that that I have my audio, that I included the audio. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go share, include sound. All right. We're set. All right. So let's go ahead and click on the Progressive Era. I'm going to go ahead and press play.
Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today, well, it's pretty ambitious but crucial. We're diving into the sources covering one of the most transformative times in American history, the Progressive Era. That's roughly what, 1890 to 1920?
Exactly. And this is such an essential period to understand because it really lays the groundwork, you could say the operating system, for how American government functions today. Came right after the Gilded Age.
Which was all flash and cash on
Yeah.
the surface.
Pretty cool, right? Now imagine, students who are walking home. They can study while they're walking home. They can study while they're driving. They're study while they're cleaning the dishes or doing anything by just clicking on this podcast. Now, what if I told you that students can add themselves inside of this podcast by simply asking questions? Well, now you can. So I'm going to go back. If you can see here where it says Progressive Era Uncovered, we can activate what's called interactive mode. So I'm going to go ahead and select interactive mode, and we're going to go ahead and press play.
Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today, well, it's pretty ambitious but crucial. We're diving into the sources covering one of the most
Oh, our listeners got something to share. Let's hear it.
Yes, what were the main importance of the Progressive Era? Let me do it again because I had to allow the microphone. I apologize. I needed to allow the microphone.
Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today,
So I'm going to go ahead
well,
and
it's pretty
select
ambitious but
join.
crucial. We're diving into the source.
Hey there. Want to share your thoughts on this?
Yeah, the Progressive Era was pretty awesome. Great. It was great and interesting. But what were the key main points to the Progressive Era?
That is a fantastic question.
It's a really smart way to start.
Because if we look at the sources, we can definitely see those core themes emerging.
Okay, let's unpack this.
I think we can narrow it down to 3 key points.
The big 3.
First, the Progressive Era was a time when the government took...
Pretty cool, right? Now, what if I ask it a question that has absolutely nothing to do with the Progressive Era? So let's try it.
a much more active role.
Stepping in to solve society's problems, right?
Exact. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
What was the Cowboys' score last week?
Oh, that's a classic sports question, right?
You know, we are fully immersed in the Progressive Era right now.
So we don't have that football score information handy?
But we could certainly talk about the issues of the 1890s.
Things like political machines, child labor, and overcrowded tenements.
We can connect these problems to the farmers on the Great Plains.
So that's pretty interesting. Now, students can download this audio overview and then they can put it on their phone, or they can put it on whatever mobile device that they have. And remember, it's all of this information is saved. You can generate reports, a study guide, brief doc, create your own. You can have a blog post as well. Key glossary terms. This is very important. Our teachers use this a lot. So they can identify what are the key glossary terms as well. Once again, if I want, I can click on the notebook icon and it has all of my information. Progressive Era, this is the notebook. I can always revert back to this notebook. And that, my friends, is Notebook LM. Any questions?
I guess there's no questions. Boy, I think I picked up a couple of neat things there, Mr. Whitelaw. I really appreciate that. It's it's amazing how almost on a weekly basis, Notebook LM and other AI programs are adding new features. It's very hard to keep up with it. So, boy, I've got some homework to do just to catch up with Notebook LM. I remember when it just came out, it was just fascinating. And it wasn't that long ago that it just came out, and all it did was create a little conversation between two people based on your documents, and that was awesome. Now look at what it's evolved to, like many other AI features. Thank you for that presentation. That was great. I really think that we're going to benefit from using that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen very quickly here for you. Okay, thank you so much, Aaron. I appreciate that and that presentation. What I'm going to do is I want you to, if you have some time, join us and follow us on social media. And I really appreciate your all's presence. Thank you so much. Thank you. And have a good evening, everybody.